When I first started doing the work back to finding myself, getting in touch with myself, I really didn't have a clear view for what I wanted my life to look like. I didn't really know what I wanted, but I knew I wanted it to look different than it did. And so I started with this future self work, with this becoming her work. And I was dropping into my body and I was really tuning in to the version of me that I wanted to be. And while I didn't have this vision of what I was doing, I knew how I wanted to feel. And so I kept repeatedly tuning into the feeling. I knew I wanted to be less reactive. I knew I wanted to feel calmer, safer. I knew I wanted to have more clarity, more purpose, more joy. And as I was doing this work, one day this vision popped into my head of me on a stage. And at first I completely shut it down. I was like, me on a stage, that would never happen. And a partner I had in the group that I was working with said, "Oh, I could see you leading a retreat one day." And I was like, me? Never. But I didn't completely shut it down and I allowed that vision to be there and I didn't quite know what it meant. And over time, as I kept working with this work, that vision kind of stayed there and it kind of transformed over time. And what I started to realize is that that version of me that was on the stage, that version of me was sharing my story, was inspiring others, was helping others. And it was really more about me using my experiences and what I've been through in order to help others. And so I realized one day I said, "Oh, I think I want to be a coach." And just even saying the words coach terrified me. But once I started to actually speak it into existence, things started building. I started taking courses, coaching courses. I got my yoga certifications. I was building the blocks necessary in order to actually coach. And now here I am working with clients and speaking to you today. And I created Becoming Her because oftentimes the gap between where you are and where you want to be, it can be really difficult to know how to close that gap. And oftentimes is that what I find is that clients usually have a pretty good understanding of what they don't want or what they want, but they aren't doing anything different in their lives in order to get to that point. And when you are creating change in your life, you have to do things differently. You have to change. You have to have different actions and habits and routines. And so by doing this future self work, for me, being the coach, I had to reverse engineer. Well, what would a coach show up? How would a coach go about finding a client? Well, first I have to tell people that I'm a coach, right? How would a coach go about getting education? Well, I have to sign up for a coaching certification. How would a coach represent themselves online? Well, I have to create an Instagram account. And so it builds, and when it's building from the version of you that has it, because when you're doing something new, it is incredibly scary. I had so much fear and it almost stopped me. But instead of tuning in to who I was at the moment, I continuously asked myself, what would that version of me that has it, what decisions would they make? What choices, what actions would they take? And that's what helped to bring me forward. And that is why I created this, because I want to help other women first drop in to really get clear on what they want and then help them to start to reverse engineer and then take steps toward what they actually want in life. And once you start doing this and you make it a regular habit, it's amazing the opportunities, the miracles that start unfolding in front of you. But you do have to start, and that starts with the clarity. So I would be so honored if you would join me. We are starting on May 26th. It's completely free. I want to offer this to as many women as possible to gain clarity on what you want, to drop into your body, and to really understand, where are you holding yourself back? What actions are you not taking? Where is fear getting in the way? And what choices and actions was the version of you that has it, what would they be taking? And oftentimes that means doing a scary thing, and that's okay. We're all going to be doing it together. This is a journey and experience together, and cheering each other on and holding each other in this, because the more women that are out there and achieving their dreams and making the world a better place, I truly believe that it could change the world. And that's my mission, and that's why I'm here. And so this is actually a manifestation of that vision I had all those years ago. This is me passing that on. This is, in some way, it is my stage a little bit. So welcome to my vision. And allow me to bring my dreams into fruition by joining me, stepping into it, and making some meaningful change in your lives.